तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू चलता चल.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead, Sriraj.
Sir, do you know what kind of preparation is required for a battery test for Air Force?
PABT. Okay. See, PABT, you cannot get any simulator which is, similar to what you will get in the pilot aptitude test. The idea there is to keep, through the joystick, to keep the point which you are shown in the middle. I have never done it. I have learned this from by speaking to my people friends who've been the flying and who've been conducting this test and all that. The basic thing to understand is that, see, when you are riding a cycle or scooter or even a car, the speed is not that high, and the correction which you give with your steering or handle is very limited, and you are able to see the impact of the turn and all on the road very quickly. Whereas in the case of an aircraft, you will not be able to see it that visibly in front of you because there's no road. So what happens? A tendency is there for a person to feel that the correction given was inadequate, and the person gives an overcorrection. So when you give an overcorrection, what will happen? You wanted to move to the right, so you will give overcorrection to the right, and then you will realize that the correction was over, so it has moved more than required to the right. Then what you will do? You will do the correction towards the left, and once again, similar tendency being there in your nature, you will again give an overcorrection to the left. As a result, what will happen is that the point will not remain in control. You will be losing control and you will tend to panic. So the essence of doing this thing is that you give under and wait for the impact to be visible. To practice any of these video games of motorcycle racing, car racing and all, if you do, they do give you help you in some way in understanding, improving your control in this kind of a test. A person who gets a hang of it is not such a big deal. Somebody who doesn't get a hang, well, there's a problem, and rejection does take place.
Also, sir, when does this PABT test take place? Like after SSB or during SSB?
Long back when we were going, sometimes it was taken before, but I think now they take after because it's time consuming. So generally they are taking it after the SSB is done. Somebody who's attended Air Force SSB can give confirmation. They're doing it afterwards, no?
Yes, sir, it's afterwards.
Sir, I have not attended the same, but I've seen various videos. It's taken after.
क्योंकि टाइम मतलब कि बचाने के लिए जिसका हो गया उससे ही करो. That is the thing.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
So, sir, in the interview, sometimes the IO wants us to narrate some incidents, like, sir, how did you help your friend? When were you very happy, and so on. So, sir, personally speaking, sir, I am so engrossed in day-to-day life itself that I hardly remember and I hardly have time to reflect back to such things. So, sir, would it be advisable to prepare some incidents for the...
That is totally against the philosophy of No Frills Academy. I tell you people not to prepare
Exactly, sir, exactly. That's why I had this doubt, sir.
Yes, so the thing is, be absolutely normal like I am talking to you now, and if you are unable to recollect any such incident, then you say as much.
Sir, what can we say, sir, that, sir, sorry, sir, I cannot recollect?
That's it.
Sir, would it not hinder the assessment? Because he is not getting the inputs he wants to.
Why are you getting bothered? That is his job. It was nowhere your job to, aid his assessment.
Yes,
As a candidate, your job is to present yourself for the test. That's it. How he does his assessment is his job, yeah.
Sir, is there any possibility that it will be seen in a negative light, that he does not know anything about his life and all that, sir?
Shivam, once again I will repeat, when you start becoming assessor का बाप, you will get rejected.
Yes, sir.
कि वो क्या कर रहा है, वो कैसे पता करेगा, don't get concerned about that. He will do his job. वो प्रोफेशनल है, उसको इसलिए रखा है ना वहाँ पे काम करने के लिए.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, and there is this thing, you see, there is a purpose. Everything is done with a purpose. See, the psychologists are sometimes just 3-4 year service. GTO is the middle service, 12-15 year service. Interviewing officer, generally you will find 18 years plus service. Okay. So they are sent there with a purpose, yaar. तो he is supposed to have the capability. कि वो भूल गया तो भी पता करेगा वो उसका assessment. Fine, that's what it is.
Thank you, sir.
You don't have to get bothered about these things. Don't panic or anything. Just what comes to your mind, you answer. It doesn't come. Say, I am unable to remember any such thing.
सर सब पीपीडीटी में रिटन वर्क हो गया, मतलब 90% लिख पाए स्टोरी, बट आई डिड वेल इन नरेशन एंड जीडी पार्ट. So sir, what are the chances of getting screened in?
Full, you will get screened in.
सर स्टोरी पूरी नहीं लिखी है तो सर उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं होगा?
मैंने जवाब दिया ना आपको, तो what does that जवाब indicate?
राइट सर.
उतना नहीं फर्क पड़ रहा यार. लिखा भी पूरा हो, नरेट भी पूरी, सब कुछ ठीक है तो वेरी गुड. अगर नहीं लिखी गई पूरी स्टोरी, नरेट ठीक ठाक आपने कर दी, नो प्रॉब्लम.
May I say something on this, sir?
हाँ, Tushar, you are most welcome. You can say something. You can say a lot of things on it, or any other issue also.
Yes, sir. My advice would be both. I have appeared for 2 SSBs by now, and both the times I wasn't able to complete my PPDT story, and both the times I was able to get screened in, sir. So I think the narration and how much you put in the GD plays more role in screening in than even they tell you at the time of instruction that you should the point of PPDT is get your point across to the assessor, not to complete the whole story and the expression of writing, I think.
Once again, so that is what exactly I had told Udit. Okay, the major part is being able to narrate the story and then participate well in the discussion. Writing the story completely is of comparatively lesser significance, but I don't want you to have a mindset कि ये चलता है attitude में रखो. नहीं, write it also properly and
yes,
complete it in the required time. That should be your approach.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Varsha.
Sir, I wanted to ask that in the interview, normally they ask when you get conferenced out, what was the reason behind that you got conferenced out last time? So, and normally if we say that this happened, for example, in the GTO or this, but because we don't know how the assessors has assessed us, so what should we say at that time?
That I don't know. Yes,
Okay.
because you are supposed to answer. If you do not know, what will you answer?
Yes, sir.
Or you can say, sir, I am not sure, but in my perception, probably these were some of the issues. Yeah. You answer absolutely honestly everything, and no preparation is required to be done for anything.
I want to say that, for example, if I say that तो मेरी साइकोलॉजी अच्छा नहीं हुआ था, तो ये मेरे हिसाब से अच्छी नहीं हुई थी, मे बी एसेसर को ठीक हुआ था.
तो मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. In any case, you can answer things from your perception only. When you state this, that in my perception, this was the probable reason, you are preparing grounds that actually you are not sure. But this is a conjecture.
Yeah, sir, I'm asking that the same question like the PPDT.
Yeah.
If we incomplete some stories in the TAT, what will be the outcome, sir? Like some
Okay,
two
good.
stories,
Very
like
good. Fine. Nice
or one
question.
story.
If you were the psychologist and you have one candidate, out of 12 stories, 9 were incomplete. What assessment you will make about this person?
Sir, assessment can't be done, sir.
Can't be done. No, assessment can be done. Assessment always has to be done. Let us say one person wrote only 2 stories out of 12. What will be your assessment?
Probably rejected, sir.
हाँ?
Rejected, sir.
नहीं, रिजेक्ट तो बाद में होगा. अभी तो असेसमेंट क्या लगाया कि इसके समझ में ही नहीं आया, ये इसका टाइम मैनेजमेंट इतना खराब था, या ये इतना स्लो था, या इतना पैनिक मास्टर था. मतलब 12 में से 2 स्टोरी लिखी तो रिजेक्ट तो होगा, वो तो ठीक है, वो तो हो ही जाएगा. बट ग्राउंड तो कितने सारे तुम्हें मिल रहे हैं, उसके इंडिविजुअल के बारे में इनपुट्स मिले कि नहीं मिले?
मिले सर, मिले.
मतलब एक सवाल का एक स्टूडेंट जवाब लिखता ही नहीं है तो भी तो कुछ आपको इनपुट मिला.
यस सर.
किसको पता ही कुछ नहीं है, ये मिला कि नहीं मिला?
यस सर.
So similarly, it definitely indicates that the time management of this person is very poor.
Yes sir.
Speed of decision making is definitely poor. है कि नहीं poor?
Yes sir.
तो ये assessment हुआ कि नहीं हुआ?
Yes sir.
So these are the things which will come out. Okay.
Sir, but my question is sir कि like 9-10 स्टोरीज लिखा गई है सर, और 1-2 हाफ से ज्यादा लिखी हुई है बट इनकम्प्लीट हुई है सर वो.
हाँ.
तो इस कंडीशन में सर,
इस कंडीशन में हम फिर होलिस्टिक असेसमेंट करेंगे इंडिविजुअल का कि आपका बाकी ओवरऑल मामला कैसा है, उसकी बेसिस में डिसीजन लेंगे. बट दिस वी आर प्रीटी क्लियर दैट योर टाइम मैनेजमेंट, योर स्पीड ऑफ डिसीजन मेकिंग इज comparatively slower than a person who is able to do all those things properly.